Yung screen.
Ikaw ang muna.
Ito for mag-screen lang.
Okay. So, your presentation is rather short. Pero sige, we're gonna give you time to elaborate on it. So for you, tinanong ko rin si candidate a while ago, what is the biggest innovation in your plan? Just name one, and why is it the biggest innovation?
I guess my biggest innovation is elaborating on the account system. Because right now, we're using the account system for tracking purposes. When in fact, what I want to happen to the account system now is to become something like a mini at department that addresses the importance of the department. Hopefully that would address the issues on latency and basically help connect, basically help communicate to the LC the value of talent management processes.
Even if you said a while ago that you want to prove that let's say, how do you see this happening? Are you gonna, let's say, given a talent that you need like 50 people working on creatives or sales, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna prove the population of 50 exactly in order for you to get these kind of profile?
Alright, you mentioned profile-based recruitment. So basically, there are two extremes on profile-based recruitment. One is immediate hiring. Do we need it right now? So I envision that to be just an MSI. Kasi kailangan nila magtrabaho and kailangan okay na improve talaga. Pero if we're giving a little room for the member to grow, it's gonna be patterned a little more on the general recruitment that we have. Basically, we're looking for potential, not rather skills right now.
Okay, question from the plenary. You plan everyone to be a talent manager. How do you plan to balance their workload on their respective departments? Since almost all other candidates met everyone in the LC to support their departments as well. So how do you balance being able to manage yourself at the same time through the operations effectively?
Okay, because as I mentioned earlier, I want everyone to see talent management as a support function. It's not supposed to be a hassle to everyone. So I'm gonna address that with learning initiatives such as making Gantt charts, making Gantt charts, learning sessions that would hopefully increase the efficiency of work in the LC.
Alright, based on your plans, you seem to be shifting TM to just an HR function in a sense that it supports all the departments. I think we lack, well, actually for me lang, what about TM as a function of TMP and TLP? How will you develop those programs in terms of design and marketing those programs?
Actually, I actually disagree with that view because TM right now is more on HR. I'm shifting it back to more people development because, yes, it's a support function and I'm sorry, what's the question?
What are your plans for example, for program design or program marketing of the TMP and TLP program?
I mentioned a while ago that hopefully some talent management training would add value to the TMP and TLP programs. Now I'm going to do that through learning initiatives because this is a leadership organization. We are all training you to become leaders. So some talent management tools such as giving and receiving feedback, coaching and mentoring. These are solid TM concepts that we can teach the whole LC and we can actually integrate to our program.
And in terms of marketing these programs?
In terms of marketing, I think we have a really good leadership platform in the sense that AIESEC is not political. All of the other leadership organizations here in UP have a political agenda. So we have a really wide market.
Stemming from that, this is also something I asked for the other candidates. What do you think is the unique selling proposition of our team leader program? And how do you plan to communicate this to our either TFPs right now or potential members?
Imagine mo parang Elcos to, and you're speaking to several TMT and TLP. So, are you going to
The TLP program is very hands-on. You'll be learning a lot of soft and hard skills that may or may not be relevant to your nature right now, but will give you an edge once you start working for either the corporate world or setting up your own business. So, yeah.
How's it differentiated from, let's say, jail? They would say the same thing, that if you work here, eventually you get the necessary soft skills and hard skills. So you can go to corporate, these competencies to jail. So what's the unique selling proposition of AIESEC leadership, PMPL,
A global learning environment.
Alright.
I asked this to clarify before I ask that. I wanted to clinically assess the performance of the team this year. And I'm assuming that as you saw the weaknesses, you came up with plans to address those weaknesses. I wanted to point out TM's weakness for this year and how do you plan to address it next year.
Okay, I guess the biggest weakness that talent management has right now is that it kind of feels a lot like talent trapping when actually managing the members. Like, for our opening process packages, for the forms that we keep delivering you, we just keep throwing it at you. Throwing it to the LC for them to learn on their own how to use it, and we're setting the expectation that they can deliver it on time, within reasonable amount of time. And I think that can be solutioned by intensive learning sessions, as I laid out in my experience.
Follow-up. Where is GCVP and GIP in your plans?
Because I guess it's because GCDP and GIP is not one of the main functions of EM. While yes, we can help in profiling and recruitment for members undergoing GCDP and GIP. It's sort of not our bottom line, because our bottom line right now are the members who provide. Yes.
About from this perspective, bottom line event actually designing organization personnel, making sure that the functions are delivering from that perspective, how does DCDP and GIP goals fit in TM?
And the GCDP and GIP goals fit into TM by supporting the exchange functions. We can do that through the TMP and the TLP programs, because you have to remember that the people working to drive GCDP and GIP are under TMP and TLP.
There's a clarification on, sabi mo, you're integrate with it. So, how do you plan to meet an expert? So you are not going to purge a member base at ICQP, even if they're not really working. So please elaborate on that point.
Oh, I'm gonna purge the member list. It's just that the purged list will be open for future references.
So would this mean na kunyari, I'm dormant and then they get, like, let's say, kicked out? Would I have to apply again if they want to do it? Or would there be like some sort of continuity?
I guess, yeah, we can apply again, pero it's gonna be different from the general member recruitment meeting, because they have some background on AIESEC. It's just a matter of realigning their goals with AIESEC's current goals.
Can you tell us more about your plans for MMRT? Meaning, do you plan any changes or other things that you plan?
For MMRT, I think we're gonna stay the status quo. But I'm gonna allow provisions for people moving up to the MC, because in reality, they're not breaking their AIESEC experience cycle. Rather, they're actually continuing. And I don't want them to label as inactive or dormant.
Hindi mo tanong pa kayo. How much is the React fee next year?